So this video is to show you how to use the new program form, and you need to make sure that you are logged in to your account. So you're going to go to curriculum forms, you're going to click on new program forms. Two things that are important to remember before you start your new program form. You need to have a clear Word document of what your program is going to look like. So this is what I mean by a clear Word document where you have everything laid out. And this is because for record keeping purposes, and also because when the Academic Affairs Curriculum Committee is going to meet, this is what your curriculum is going to look like. So it's not particularly legible, and if you have something like this attached that they can look at, it's a lot more legible. And then when it's time to put your curriculum, your new program, into the catalog, the person who makes sure that everything matches will have a good reference with that Word document. So it is really, really important to have a well laid out Word document or PDF document of your program. It makes things a lot easier. The second thing that you need to remember is that if you have any new courses that are going to be integrated into this new program, you need to have entered the new courses first. And you will do that with the curriculum form and the new course forms, but these need to be done before you start your new program form. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to fill out your required fields. That's the easy part. Proposal number, remember that always stays blank because it's for Academic Affairs Office only. This, I'm going to make up a program, BA in French Studies, and the effective date is always the fall after the semester that you are entering your proposal for. So let's say that right now it's spring 2020. My effective date is going to be fall 2021. If you are in fall 2020, your effective date is going to be fall 2021. If it needs to be a different date, like the current semester, for example, you will need to ask Academic Affairs for a permission to do that. CIP code is something important that you need to look for. This is just a demo thing, so I don't need to enter CIP code, but you will definitely need to. And here you're going to pick yes or no, type of program. It will not. Program student learning outcomes. You're going to write down all of those things that are important. This is humanities and arts, and I am going to attach my document. So this is what I'm attaching to my proposal. Outcome, I'll put SLs again. And the most important part, so these are the required fields, and the most important part is going to be adding your curriculum. So the curriculum title is going to be Curriculum for the Bachelor of Arts in French Studies. And if you have anything to say about this, so in the catalog, this will show up as this, this degree prepares students for careers in whatever. So this is going to be your intro paragraph. Explain why the curriculum is needed. we're going to say that as well. It is an important degree, and I'm sure you have better reasons than my made up stuff. Okay, so you're going to slowly add your requirements for your curriculum. So the best way to go about this, because this is really the tricky part of this form, so the best way to do this is to really follow the big structure of your curriculum first. So if I'm looking at my curriculum here, I have the core curriculum, I have area F, I have upper level required courses, I have concentrations, and I have general electives. And that's my big structure. So I'm going to start building those out first. So my first requirement is the core curriculum. And it's always good to add credit hours. That will help the Academic Affairs Committee to make sure that all of your hours match. So that's my first requirement. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to add a requirement. And again, I'm building my large structure here. So my second big section is area F. And that will be 18 hours. And I'm going to come here. My next one is going to be upper level required courses. And credits hours. Then I have my concentrations. And then I have my general electives that are 18 hours. So now that you have your structure, you can start building your subsections. So the core curriculum, unless you have specific requirements for area D, for example, or for area E or recommended courses, you really don't need to do anything because the core curriculum is just the core curriculum. So if you have specific things, you can add a requirement note, such as this, recommended area E elective, it says Psych 1101, for example. But if you don't have anything like this, or if you need them to follow the sequence for science majors, you would add that here. So now I'm going to build my area F courses, and if I'm looking at my program, area F has two subsections. So one is required courses and the other one is area F electives. So I am here. This is my main section, and then I can add a requirements list, and that will be my subsection. So the first one is the required courses, and that was 12 hours. And so my courses are French 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm going to add those here. I'm not going to do all of them, but I'm going to add this one. And I'm going to add this one. Obviously, you add as many as you need to. So this is your first subsection, right? Your big section is area F, your subsection is required courses, and then you have another subsection within your area F, and that's going to be area F electives, and that's 6 hours. And my area F electives are just take 2 1,000, 2,000 level courses. So I don't need to add any course. I need to add a requirement narrative, and I can just copy and paste. I'm going to copy this here, and then I'm going to add a requirement note that my recommended course is Spanish. So now you have all of your area F section built out with your required courses as a subsection, as well as the area F electives as a subsection. So your second big section in your structure is the upper level required courses. And here you have take all of the following. So I'm going to add this as a narrative. Courses, and here I'm just going to add the courses that I want them to take. So I want them to take French 3001, and I want to take a bunch of other courses. And before I started this particular proposal, I also have new courses that I want to integrate in this program. And so I'm going to pick add proposed new course, and I'm going to check this one. And you will see that all of the proposed courses show with the red table around. So that tells you, and that tells the Academic Affairs Committee, that this is a new course. It doesn't exist in the catalog yet. And so here you just continue with however many courses you want to add. So now I'm going to move on to my concentrations, and under concentrations, I actually have 2 subsections. As you see here, I have concentration 1, French for business, and then I have concentration 2, which is French cultural studies. So I'm going to do, and then within those 2 concentrations, I also have 2 subsections, a required courses list and an electives list. So you're going to do the same thing that you did before, and you're going to build your subsections first. So the first one is concentration French for business. And if you choose this, that will be a subsection of this one. If you don't want that, you want a subsection of your concentrations section. So you're going to add here a requirements list, concentration, French cultural studies. Okay, so once you have this, you're going to build your subsections again. And my first subsection is required courses and then electives. So this is where I would add this one. Required courses. I'm going to add electives here. And I'm going to add the courses that I want them to take. So I want them to take language and culture, and I want them to take advanced French for business. and then a bunch of other things, and then the electives, same thing. You're going to pick the courses that you want. I'm just going to pick a management course. Let's take international business, for example. And that's it. So I built my concentration in French for business. Now I'm going to build my concentration in cultural studies, and it's the same thing. I also have two subsections. So the first one is required courses, and the second one is electives. So let's say that for this one, I have History 40/30 or History 34/90. So I'm going to show you how to put that or in your table. And so I'm going to pick a history course. And it doesn't matter which one. Let's just say this one. So I'm going to pick. I'm going to still add a course. And I'm going to look for narrative courses. And this is where all the, you'll find kind of weird stuff. So you see here, any 2000, 3000, whatever. But this is where you're going to find and, this is where you're going to find or, and if you need to put a space in a course table, you can also find it there. I'm going to pick my other one. And anthropology. And that's my classes. And so you're just going to do this for all of the subsections that you have, making sure that your requirement lists are in the correct spot. And if you make a mistake, this is where this comes in handy for the person who's going to enter your program in the catalog to make sure that everything matches. So this is a lot clearer than this. So it always helps to have a Word document that is accurate and that the person entering the catalog can refer to. So once you're done with all of your requirements and you're done entering all of your courses and stuff, you're going to save. And remember that you are not done. You need to send for review. And if you have a comment to add, you can add it. You don't have to. And you are done. This means that it has moved to the next workflow. And you can see here that when I added the comment, it will show up in the audit trail right here.